forced me to learn classical guitar when I was like 7. I hated it. Didn't last very long, and the guitar went into the attic. But once I got the bug, about recording, and I think I was interested just in the possibilities of making sound electronically. I rescued this acoustic guitar from the attic, and I started to do weird things like rub, cutlery up and down the string just to make sound and record it. My dad had like a reel-to-reel, like an old spool tape recorder, so you could record and you could do sort of primitive electronic, recording. And my dad kind of took one look at me doing this and said, okay, I'm going to make you a multi-track recorder, My dad had to work out how to do it all from his own brain, and he built me this 4-track cassette recorder. And because he'd built it from his own imagination, it had all of these kind of features on it that would never be on a commercially available, 4-track recorder. It had like a pitch wheel that was insane. It would go from like, usually on a pitch control on a tape machine will go a little bit one way and a little bit the other way. The pitch control on my 4-track went ridiculously slow and ridiculously fast. So you could do really crazy effects just by playing with the pitch wheel. And all of these little quirks and things kind of fired my imagination to experiment with sound. And I was never really interested in being a guitar player, being a singer, being a keyboard player. I would always do the absolute minimum in terms of learning, just enough to be able to get this thing that I heard in my head, this sound that I heard in my head outside into the real world. And so my dad ended up making me a 4-track machine. He made me like a vocoder. He made me like a delay, a machine that would create echo and reverb. And I think I was very lucky. Obviously I was very lucky in that. I was very lucky, firstly, to have a dad that could do those things. I'm like this 12-year-old kid who's got like this multi-track recording set up in his bedroom, And for me, it was all about exploring the possibilities. And of course, I didn't realize at the time what I was learning to be was a producer. Now, of course, in this day and age, that's a very popular concept. Post-DJ, the age of the DJ, everyone's familiar with the idea of non-musicians that make music. But at that time, the early 80s, it wasn't so common to be someone that was just experimenting with sound and overdubbing and electronic music. And I was lucky to be able to do that because of my dad, really. Thanks, Dad. He's no longer with us, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here, that's for sure.